So the next thing we're going to do on our quest to set up our WooCommerce website is we're actually going to create the products. You'll notice here I've gone to products and the products section underneath of that to see the products that we've already created. Let's try awesome t-shirt. To create a product, it's actually very similar to creating a post or a page on WordPress. And that's the beauty of WooCommerce and the beauty of WordPress in general. Once you've figured out sort of how WordPress works and you've sort of learned the back end a bit, you can kind of get in there and create things and try different plugins, and a lot of them work very similar to each other. So we're titling Awesome T-shirt. The content area here is actually the content that's going to show below your product information. So one of the best examples and one of the most universal examples of this is if you think about an eBay page where we have your product and then underneath a lot of information about it that may or may not be relevant to you, the customer. That's what this information is here. If you want to actually add the descriptive information that's going to go at the top of the product page near the buy button, that's actually the product short description. And that's a box provided only for WooCommerce products. And that's where you put things like the dimensions, the type of shirt it is, a little bit more quick information about the product. You can set a featured image, which is the main image that will show up when somebody views your product. This will be either in any archive where you're seeing a whole bunch of WooCommerce products, or if you're just viewing the product by itself. A good rule of thumb is to keep this product pretty square, this image pretty square, as it'll work best with WooCommerce's thumbnails and whatever layout you might have on your website. The next thing you're going to see are product categories. Now, if you've ever created a WordPress post, you might be somewhat familiar with categories. With WooCommerce, this is no different. A product category allows you to assign different categories and subcategories to your products so that you can later reference them and, let's say, display just a list of all the t-shirts you sell. What we've done here is we've just created a few random product categories, and you can actually add these categories right from the page. So if this was like a new category, I could write t-shirt as my category and make it a child of, it's a physical good, so let's just do that. And again, this is just for example's sake. You don't need to write physical or digital. This is good for our purposes, but just to give you an idea as to how to do parent versus subcategories. And we'll add that product category. There it is. It's assigned. Now that category exists forever for any other product you might create. Where the real meat and potatoes of WooCommerce setting up of products is in the product data section. So this is another window provided exclusively for WooCommerce. And this is where you're going to enter all of the vital information and the technical information about your product. You're going to generally be switching between simple and variable products. So a simple product is just that. It would just be the one-off t-shirt without any sort of shirt sizes. It's just, here's a medium shirt. A good example of this might be like a DVD. Let's say you're selling a movie. You might not have different versions of that movie. It might just be, here's the DVD of this movie. Or here's a dog collar. We don't have different sizes or colors for this dog collar. It's just the one dog collar. That's all you're getting. That's an example of a simple product. As you may be more concerned about setting up variable products, let's start there. So you select variable product from the top. So with a variable product, we're going to go straight to attributes. What we're going to do is we're going to select one of our attributes that we've created in the last step. And again, if you're coming right to this video, I invite you to go back and learn how to create attributes in our last video in this series. So we're going to select shirt size here, and it's already in there for us from before. And under shirt size, we've selected large, medium, and small. And these are all going to be visible on the product page and used for variations. You could just as easily also add other attributes as well. But this attribute doesn't fit with shirts, so I'm just going to click remove. Next, we have to go to variations, which is right underneath attributes. And this is going to bring up a list of all of the attributes, or sorry, the terms of the attributes you selected earlier. So small, medium, and large we have here. Now each option, once I click this drop down here, is going to offer me a few different things. I can change the photo or not get rid of the photo here, and have to enable it to make sure this is enabled. Set the price if the prices are different between products, between sizes. If you click manage stock, you're going to get a few other options. Let's say you only have 10 of these shirts in stock currently. You can even allow back orders if you want to allow people to order a shirt even when you don't have any in stock, or not allow them at all. You can set the weight and the dimensions as well. Repeat this process for each one of the other shirt sizes, uploading an image, enabling manage stock price, if you have a sale price, things of that nature, until you've finished all of your variations within your attributes. When you're finished, you're actually all set. There you go. You've created a product, and it was even a variable product. You can hit the publish button, or in this case, we've already published it before. We might update some information on that product later and click update. And here's our product. Awesome t-shirt, your image. Blow this up. Price differentials, depending on the size. Selecting a shirt size. 10 in stock. Add to cart. Successfully added to your cart. Let's view the cart. We set up the cart page and the checkout page in the last one, in the last video, but here's your cart. Flat rate or free shipping. Proceed to checkout. And here's your checkout page. Now that you've created your product, in the next episode of this series, we're actually going to go over how to display the product on the front end of your site for your customers by going over a few different options that you're going to have, both built into WooCommerce and otherwise.